This morning is all about what is art, and I'll be chatting about some of my favourite artists. Thank you. Morning! I'm on my amble in my local park this morning, and what's been on my mind is the definition of the word art. Now, what is art? And I'm an ex-art teacher. I used to teach in secondary schools. And much of what we used to teach was about mixing colour or perspective or, expression as well. But I think the parameters of art is changing fast, especially with the AI versions of art as well. And my feeling is with the AI stuff, for me personally, it just looks too perfect, too finished, too polished. But I do get it because, for instance, with this campaign about the World Heritage, we wanted to show what it would be like if the tour had a fence around it, long queues, queuing up. And that's not something that you can easily depict. So, at times it does definitely have its uses. But I think as far as an aesthetic goes, for me personally, I really love art that expresses the inner world of the person or the child. And I'm particularly drawn to childlike art and things that are just a bit more direct. I found an old painting of mine when I was a kid, and it's a little house and a massive tree and a big dripping sunshine. When I next go back to my mum's, I'll try and take a picture of it. And it kind of shows you my inner world, what was important to me. The giant flower, the giant tree. So obviously, even from quite a young age, I was quite a nature lover. So if we look at some of the great artists, the recognised artists, a lot of them sort of have tried to recreate sort of childlike visions. So for instance, if you look at Picasso with his cubism, and it's quite simplistic. If we look at Paul Klee, I think it is, yeah, and he does quite childlike images, and I really like his style. Also, another favourite of mine is Marc Chagall, and I love how perspective just goes out the window with his paintings, and you get, a huge vase of flowers with a floating couple going past or something, and they're quite dreamlike, quite symbolic, it's quite expressionistic. And I like the art that's just simple and direct. And in the last few days, I've been finding some of my old sketches, old pastels and things like this that are just very direct. And people do tell me that my work is quite childlike, and I have illustrated some children's book covers and some books. So maybe I'll share a little bit at the end of this video so you can see some of my stuff. But I have, as well as house, which I've also been, I've still been on it. I'm off to my aerobics later. I kind of feel like I've got this new lease of life with art. I've started making goddess pendants. I'm sort of reviewing all my old art, going back to it, appreciating it. So, yeah. Also, I was thinking, in Africa where I lived out in Botswana for a few years, there isn't a word that means art, Art we kind of separate in the West, don't we? We might put it on, gallery walls and charge lots of money. Although street art is akin to, early cave painting. And I am a fan of Banksy, well, how he used to be when he first started. I'm thinking it's more of a holistic idea. Art is part of the fabric of life. So there is no word for it. Art is life. Maybe life is a work of art. What do you think? And what is art to you? I guess art could be anything. It could be taking a picture. It could be making a video. It doesn't just have to be writing a book or painting a picture, does it? But I guess we have visual arts and we have the written arts and and what I like about video, which I've only recently been discovering, is it can encompass all of those things. You can have spoken word images, moving images, still images. So I'm feeling very excited about that. Okay, everyone, well, thank you so much. I'd love to hear your thoughts about art. Do you create art? What's your favourite kind of art? Are you like me? Do you like the sort of more symbolic stuff, or do you like realism? What's your thing? Okay, take care now. That's a love. Bye. So here are some examples of my favourite artist, Paul Chagall, and then also just a few examples by Paul Klee. And also lastly, to finish off with, Picasso. Thanks for watching.